Gold is one of the most prized natural resources out there, and with its absurd natural rarity is extremely valuable. However, identifying gold in the field, sediments, or rocks can be surprisingly difficult, and I say this with more than a decade of experience occasionally looking for and finding gold in the wilderness. This is why I have made today's video to aid in this process for those of you who do not have the same level of experience. The first thing to distinguish between gold and the multiple types of fool's gold is its color. This may seem self-explanatory, but there are ever so subtle differences between the gold and similar-looking minerals. Pyrite, marcasite, chalcopyrite, bornite, and even certain micas can look similar. Yet pyrite has more of a dull and silvery yellow to white tint to it, marcasite has more silvery yellow than yellow or gold color, chalcopyrite has more of a brownish tint to it, bornite almost never occurs as just a golden color without other spots such as purple and blue, and certain micas such as phlogopite have too weak of a yellow color to be gold. Gold, on the other hand, is much more distinctively yellow than its fool's gold counterparts. I recommend carrying a hand sample of pyrite and chalcopyrite in the field so you can directly compare their coloration with any suspected gold grains or fragments. Now, onto other distinctive aspects of gold's appearance. Gold as an element is famously non-reactive and does not tarnish. In contrast, every single fool's gold mineral except mica does tarnish to a certain degree. Golden or yellow mica varieties can be easily spotted because they are never truly metallic in luster, only vitreous, pearly, or submetallic. Here's a quick reference to submetallic versus a metallic luster using two completely different minerals. Now for a streak test performed by scratching your mineral on a hard flat surface to see what color it leaves behind. Do note that this test will damage any samples or jewelry you have, so I do not typically recommend this test. Gold has a yellow to golden streak, whereas various fool's gold varieties leave behind completely different colors. Another destructive test, which I do not generally recommend, relates to seeing how hard a gold candidate is, specifically using a copper coin, a calcite specimen, and a fingernail. A fingernail is sometimes able to scratch true gold, although it sometimes cannot, while calcite and a copper coin should always be able to scratch it. True gold does not typically form perfect cubes like seen with pyrite, and does not generally contain striations like some pyrite crystals do. Instead, native gold often forms small masses or dendritic tree-like patterns. Gold is also absurdly dense, 19.32 grams per cubic centimeter. That means a pound of pure gold would fit in a 28.63 millimeter wide cube. Pyrite, chalcopyrite, and other varieties of fool's gold all have a density less than 1/3 of this value. If you want to perform a density test, use this outlining method specifically with fresh water. Finally, use context clues and common sense. Gold doesn't typically form large hulking masses more than half a foot wide, whereas pyrite or mica can easily do this. Also, check for nearby known minerals. If copper ore minerals like malachite, azurite, and chrysocolla are found close to a gold candidate, it's far more likely to also be a copper ore mineral, specifically chalcopyrite rather than gold. I hope that this video is helpful. Stay tuned at a future date to learn how to determine if a piece of turquoise is real or fake, as I also have a great deal of experience working with that blue gemstone. As a final note, I would like to thank this channel's patrons on Patreon and channel members on YouTube for supporting my work.